Jealous people always say these words. Have you ever noticed that jealousy doesn't always come roaring out loud? Sometimes it sneaks in quietly, disguised in seemingly harmless words. Words that, on the surface, sound innocent, but beneath them lies a darker current. Jealous people often say things that betray their true feelings, even if they try to hide it. What if I told you that recognizing these words early could save you from toxic relationships and unnecessary pain? In today's video, we'll uncover the secret language of jealousy, the phrases and expressions that jealous people say again and again. By the end, you'll be able to spot jealousy before it spirals out of control, giving you the power to protect your peace and your growth. Before we dive in, make sure to subscribe to Brainy Daily Clips so you never miss insights that transform your life. Jealousy is more than envy or resentment. It's a complex psychological state that stirs beneath the surface. When someone feels threatened by your success, happiness, or growth, jealousy seeps into their words. These words are often coated in compliments or concern, but underneath lies a subtle poison. One of the most common jealous phrases is, "Are you sure you deserve that?" This question sounds like a polite inquiry, but it carries a heavy undertone of doubt and judgment. When you hear this, it's a red flag. Jealous people use this phrase to undermine your confidence and make you second-guess your achievements. Another phrase is, "I'm just worried about you." At first it sounds caring, like a friend looking out for you, but often it's a way to mask their discomfort with your success or happiness. This concern is a shield for their jealousy. They don't want to celebrate your victories. Instead, they want to slow you down, pull you back to their level. Jealous people also say things like, "It's not that big of a deal," when you share your achievements. This phrase dismisses your hard work and tries to minimize your accomplishments. Don't let anyone shrink your shine with words like this. You'll also hear jealous people say, "Things could be different if you just," followed by unsolicited advice or criticism. These words pretend to be helpful, but are really a way to control or limit you. But the most dangerous phrase jealous people say is, "I'm fine," when clearly they are not. This short, dismissive response hides a storm of envy and resentment. It's a way to avoid confrontation while secretly battling inner turmoil. When you hear, "I'm fine," too often from someone close, pay attention. It's jealousy wearing a mask of calm. Have you ever heard someone say, "You've changed," with a tone that feels more like judgment than observation? Or maybe it sounded like, "Not everyone wants to be successful," as if your ambition was an insult. There's a pattern in the words that jealous people use. It's subtle, it's coded. But once you learn to hear it, you can't unhear it. Let's dive deeper into more phrases jealous people always say must be nice. On the surface, it's harmless, but jealousy almost always wears a mask. Must be nice to have that kind of free time. Must be nice to have connections. Must be nice to not have real problems. What they're doing is minimizing your effort and implying that your success was handed to you, not earned. Jealousy rarely attacks directly. It dismisses, it pokes, it undermines. Carl Jung taught us that what people project onto others often reveals what they're unwilling to confront in themselves. That phrase is a shield, a way to deflect from their own envy without admitting it. "You think you're better than us now." Notice the wording, not "you've improved," but "you've left us behind." This phrase tells you more about the speaker's insecurity than anything about you. When you grow, emotionally, financially, spiritually, some people don't see that as evolution. They see it as betrayal. To Jung, this is shadow work in motion, the parts of themselves they've rejected, ambition, self-worth, independence, they see you embodying, and instead of facing it, they blame you for reflecting it. Next, you're lucky. It's a compliment, until it's not. You're lucky to be in shape. You're lucky to get noticed. You're lucky your life worked out. Luck is real, but not everything is luck. Behind this phrase is resentment, a refusal to acknowledge your consistency, your struggle, or your decisions. To admit that you worked for it would mean they have to confront why they haven't done the same. Next is, "You're different," said with disappointment. This one cuts deep, because it implies that growth is a form of betrayal. You used to be fun. You used to hang out more. You used to be more humble. What they're really saying is, "You're evolving in ways I'm not." Jung would say this is the moment where the unconscious gets uncomfortable. When your light shines too bright, it can threaten the comfort of those still in the dark. Next is, Don't forget where you came from. This one sounds noble, but often it's loaded with guilt. What they really mean is, don't outgrow the version of you I'm used to. It's another subtle tactic to pull you back down when you're rising. But here's the truth. You can remember your roots without staying stuck in them. Never let guilt be the anchor that keeps your future small. Next is, you're too much, too confident, too ambitious, too loud, too opinionated. This phrase is a silencer. Jealous people often feel overwhelmed by your presence, not because you did anything wrong, but because they feel small in comparison. And instead of rising to meet the energy, they try to shrink it. Don't dim your light just because others are afraid to shine. Next is, not everything's about you. This one shows up when you start celebrating yourself. When you talk about your wins, your dreams, your goals, they get uncomfortable. Because to them, confidence feels like arrogance, and joy sounds like showing off. But here's the truth. Celebrating your own life doesn't mean you're dismissing theirs. It just means you're finally giving yourself what they never gave you: permission. Why these words hurt? Because they come from people who are often close to you. Friends, family, co-workers. People who claim to support you, but whose words feel like quiet sabotage. Jung said the greatest danger is not in the enemies we know, but in the projections we don't recognize. These words are not just random. They're reflexes, from people at war with their own potential. Understanding these phrases is your first step to protecting yourself. Jealous people want to pull you down, not lift you up. Recognizing their language lets you set boundaries and keep your energy safe. Now, you might be wondering, why do jealous people say these things instead of being honest about their feelings? The truth is, jealousy is painful and embarrassing, so instead of honesty, they use these indirect words to express their discomfort. Jealousy often comes from fear. Fear of being left behind, fear of loss, fear that your success means their failure. When you understand this, you can respond with empathy instead of anger. But empathy doesn't mean accepting toxicity. It means recognizing the pain beneath the words, then choosing to protect your own growth. So what can you do when you hear these phrases? First, don't take them personally. Remember, jealousy is about the other person's insecurities, not your worth. Second, calmly set boundaries. You don't have to engage in conversations that bring you down. Third, surround yourself with people who genuinely celebrate your growth and cheer for your success. Jealousy can also be a mirror, reflecting back insecurities you may not have faced yet. That's why it's essential to build your inner confidence and trust your journey. Now, as we near the climax of today's video, let me share one powerful insight. Jealous people often project their own fears onto you. They accuse you of things they secretly fear or dislike in themselves. For example, if someone questions your worth or dismisses your achievements, ask yourself, is this their struggle or mine? Most times it's theirs. They are battling inner demons, and their jealousy pushes them to lash out. Remember, the most important relationship you have is the one with yourself. Strengthen it daily. Celebrate your wins no matter how small. Keep growing, learning, and shining. The jealous words will come, but with your inner confidence, they will bounce off harmlessly. Before we wrap up, if you found this video helpful, please hit that like button and share it with someone who needs to hear this truth. Don't forget to subscribe to Brainy Daily Clips for more deep insights that protect and empower you. Now, I want to hear from you. What jealous words have you heard that caught you off guard? How did you handle them? Share your experience in the comments below. Your story might help someone else break free from jealousy's grip. To close, jealousy is a shadow that tries to dim your light with words disguised as concern or criticism. But when you know the secret language of jealousy, you become unstoppable. You can protect your peace, guard your confidence, and keep growing without fear. Stay alert, stay confident, and remember, the words jealous people say reveal more about them than about you. Thanks for watching Brainy Daily Clips. Until next time, keep your mind sharp and your heart open.